All right, this is our final lesson on pull. What we're going to talk about now is just those final tips and tricks. Now, if you do want some books to go a little bit deeper, I really like Creating Level Pull, and then The Goal is always out there and great. I think you can even get it free on audiobook. So, things to note, final tips and tricks. One, must produce a product or service first. If you're not producing a product or service, please don't try pull. You're not ready. Make sure you're actually producing a product or service. Then, the other thing you need to consider is that there's potential that your wait times might increase in different parts of your process, or you might have people that are not actually active that are just sitting around and waiting because their process was actually creating a lot of inventory or a queue. This is like that rope example where we start to see all of that extra rope hanging down, that queue that's being built. Instead of continuing to feed that queue, that person's actually going to stop work. So you might see them waiting more, and that might be really visible and uncomfortable. But what you're going to do is you're going to find out how to utilize them most effectively during that time. But it's a heads up when you first start this, sometimes leaders will come to you very upset about that issue. Then, a tip here, whatever you're doing in any process, is going to be always start at the end of the process. If you always start at the end, it's like you're always doing that pull. You're always saying, how can I pull this to the customer, to the need, versus kind of pushing things towards the end. So, always when you're doing a process map or talking to people about their process, it's kind of a nuanced take on this that you should try to start from the end and pull everything forward. The other thing to kind of note here that I think is super cool is that you should be prepared for total transformation. If you're ready for pull and you implement pull, it's going to change the way people see their work. It's going to change the way leaders see their work. So be prepared for that change. Finally, we're going to talk a little bit about if you want to teach pull or visualize pull with your team, how can you do that? Now, in our other video, I think in lesson 1, we looked at the example with the rope. So here is just some of the information for that activity if you want to do it with a team. Just get yourself a rope, maybe 75 to 100 feet, small rope that you can bring with you to your training or to your event. You're going to ask for 5 volunteers to come and stand in the front of the room. You're going to ask each volunteer to think of their favorite animal. Now, I always make a joke here, and then once they get in the front of the room, I say, "Oh, now you have to make the noise of the animal," and that scares people away. But it's a joke. Don't make people make the noise of the animal. They only have to just volunteer and come up and think of their favorite animal. Once they have that thought in their mind, we're going to have each person have a piece of the rope. And when you give the signal, they're going to move that rope from their right to their left hand at the speed of their animal. Okay. So all they have to do is think, like, if they're a dolphin people usually are going really fast. If they're a bear, sometimes they'll stand there for like half of the time and then they'll move the other half of the time because they were hibernating, right? So you're going to have all of these people going at a different speed. And of course, the customer at the end has a different expectation or speed. So this is a good way that you're going to see some of that whip build up. If it doesn't turn out great, if it's not perfect, ask them to think of another animal or assign an animal to a few people. You can assign a hummingbird to one and a sloth to another, right? So you can create some of these inefficiencies. I'd love to hear if you go ahead and take on this activity. It's a super cool activity to do. Now, as always, we're super excited for you to join us here on our mini courses that we do every month at Beautiful Opportunities Consulting. You can check us out on LinkedIn or on YouTube. We do have our white belt now available on our YouTube channel as well as on our website. So if you're interested in really getting that process improvement foundations for practically a steal, it's incredibly cheap for the quality of program that it is. Feel free to reach out to me at Beautiful Opportunities Consulting. We are always here to help you build those thriving process improvement programs and to find a mentor that can really unlock these tools for you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day. Happy improving.